Welcome back, everybody. Today's video is going to be a continuation of yesterday's video. So yesterday we went over sine law, which is this one right here, and today we're going to be going over cosine law. So we're going to be doing a few examples, a few example problems. I'll just choose a couple of these. Let's see. Maybe we'll do 10. Yeah, we can try 10. We'll try 15. We'll find an angle. And we'll solve a triangle. So maybe one of these. Do 17. Alright, so looking at cosine law, you can see the equation here. So a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine of angle A. So for cosine law, you're going to be looking at triangles for either, so here we have side, angle, side, so SAS, side, angle, side format, or you're going to be looking for side, 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 looking for side, side, side format. So there's two formats that you're going to be looking for. It's going to be side, angle, side, or side, side, side. Those are the two formats that you're going to be looking for when you're using cosine law. If not, you're going to be using sine law, which is more or less side, side, angle, or angle, angle, side, that type of format. Well, let's get into this first problem. So it says find AB, and just like last time, I'm going to name this side AB to be little c. So it's side length C because it's opposite. You can see that it's opposite to angle C here. So this is little c. So if we want to find for C, we're going to have to set up our cosine law. So c squared is equal to, so a squared plus b squared, which is going to be, okay, so a squared is 19 squared plus b squared, which is 27 squared, minus 2ab cosine of angle C. So cosine 80. So cosine 80. Alright, now looking at this, we're going to have to simplify this. Simplify this down, so I'm going to plug this into my calculator. 19 squared plus 27 squared minus 2 times 19 times 27 times cosine 80. Now, we get this number right here, 911.837, and it's equal to c squared. Alright, now we have this squared. We have c is squared, the power of 2. Now we want to undo that squaring by square rooting. We have to square root both sides. Now the squared and the square root cancel, so you're left with c, and you have to take the square root of 911. So that is going to be 30.2, because I want it to the nearest tenth. So 30.2 meters. Here's the first question. So not too hard, pretty simple actually. Just gotta understand the formula, memorize it, and know how to use it. Now, for 15, you want to find the angle of A. We want to find angle A. So we want to find angle A. So we're going to have to use, if I go back up here, well, we can use this version of the formula, and it'll be easier. It's just a transform version. I can show you how you would transform it. So, for example, let's use the original equation, a squared equals b squared plus c squared minus 2bc cosine of angle A. Alright, so if I want to rearrange this for cosine A, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this here, 2bc cos A, over to the left side. And I'm going to move A squared over to the right side. So just switch the places of these. And when you move these, they're going to be the opposite sign, right? So this is going to be 2bc cosine of A now equals b squared plus c squared minus a squared. Now the last part is you want cosine A, you don't want this 2bc. So we're going to divide by 2bc on both sides. 2bc. Okay, so what are we left with? Cosine A is equal to b squared plus c squared minus a squared divided by 2bc. So that's how you would rearrange it. And if you go back, you can see that it's the same. Right here. So we're going to use this. We're going to use this to solve for 15. So now looking here, we have B. We don't have C though. We do not have C, but we have A. And here's going to be the tricky part, is that we're going to need to find C before we can find A. So this is going to be a two-step problem. So first I'm going to have to find C because I have A and B. Alright, before I use this, I have to find C. So C squared is going to be equal to A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cos C. So now plug in my numbers. C squared equals, so A is 16 squared plus B, which is 28 squared, minus 2 times 16 times 28, and the cosine of C, angle C, is 117 degrees. So now we just need to plug this into our calculator, figure out what this is. 16 squared plus 28 squared minus 2 times 16 times 28 times cosine of 117. And you get this number, 1446.78, and it's equal to C squared. So now take the square root of both sides. So take the square root of this number, and we get C. C is equal to 38.0. So that's a 3. 38.0. Now we have C, so now we can go back to this equation right here, and we can solve for angle A. So now that we have C, we can go to A, and we can solve for angle A right here. So I'm going to use up some room. Maybe I'll go on to this side. Change my color. Change the thickness. So the second part is in red. So cosine of A is equal to B squared. B is 28, so 28 squared plus C squared, which we just found, which was 38.0 squared, minus A squared, which is 16, minus 16 squared. And and divided by 2bc divided by 2, and b is 28 and c is 38. So we can figure out what this is, and then we'll go on to the next step. Divided by 2 times 28 times 38. Okay, so this is equal to 0.926691729, and cosine A equal. Alright, so we want to find A, not cosine A, so we're going to move over cosine. So cos inverse of 0.926 ... So I'm just going to plug in cos inverse. So you have to hit shift or second function cosine, and you get angle A to be 22.1 degrees. That is angle A. This is angle A. Alright. So that was 15. Now we're looking at 17. And in 17, they want us to solve the triangle. So we're going to be looking for three things. We need angle B, we need angle A, and we need side length of C. Okay. So what's the first thing we can solve for here? Well, I think we can definitely solve for side length C, because as you can see, we have side angle side format, so we're going to be using cosine law, and we're missing C. So we have enough information to solve for C currently. So C squared is equal to A squared, which is 21 squared, plus B squared, which is 27 squared, minus 2 times A times B cosine of angle C, which is right here, 33. Now, I'm going to plug this into my calculator. I'm going to solve 21 squared plus 27 squared minus 2 times 21 times 27 times cosine 33. And this is equal to 218.9. Now this is still equal to C squared, and we want to find side length C, not C squared. So we're going to take the square root of both sides to undo the square on C. And we're going to get C is equal to 14.8 yards. So C is equal to 14.8 yards. Alright, now that we found C, now we need to find one of these angles. So let's see. We can find, well, we have all the sides, so we can definitely find either or. So let's solve for angle B. So, looking at angle B, we're going to use the same formula that we rearranged for last time. So cosine of angle B is going to be equal to, we're going to have to rearrange it for cosine B. Here, let me show you without the rearranged formula. In fact, we'll rearrange it ourselves. Say, for example, you forgot on the test, you forgot the rearranged version of the formula, you can always rearrange it for yourself. So, B squared equals A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cos B, and we want to rearrange it for cosine B. So we're going to move it over. We're going to move this over to the left side, and we're going to move b squared over to the right side. So 2ac cosine of b is equal to a squared plus c squared minus b squared. Now divide by 2ac. That goes. So cosine b is equal to a squared plus c squared minus b squared divided by 2ac. So now we can plug in some numbers here. So a is 21 squared, c we just found 14.8, so 21 squared plus 14.8 squared minus b squared. B is 27 squared divided by 2 times a times c, and that is equal to cosine b. Alright, moving on, we're going to have to plug this in. 21 squared plus 14.8 squared minus 27 squared divided by 2 times 21 times 14.8 is this, and just take the cos inverse of that, so second function, and we get, after I move cosine over, b is equal to 96.4 degrees. So 17 angle B, double check here, so 96.5, I'm getting 96.4, close enough. It might just be my rounding. I might have rounded differently than how they rounded, so close enough. And the last thing we have to find is angle A. And angle A is, so we have both of the angles now. Zoom out. We have angle B and we have angle A. Or no, we have angle B and angle C. So angle A is going to be equal to 180 degrees minus the sum of the other two degrees, or the other two angles. Right? So 180 minus the sum of the other two angles will give you angle A. So instead of using cosine law again, you can find it easier doing it like this. Alright, so this was for number 17. So we can check our numbers. So 50.5, but just like I said, might have rounded differently. I got 50.6. Angle B, 96.5. I got 96.4. And they got 14.8 on C, like we just got. So it looks good. I don't think we made any mistakes. So that's cosine law. I think for the next video, I might go over some word problems. Maybe a little bit more tricky than these regular problems here. So yeah, I'll go over some word problems, and this PDF will be linked in the description. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. I'm gonna make sure that you guys are gonna be able to comment, because last video I think I might have disabled the comments. I'm new to this stuff, so we'll see. Alright, thanks for watching.